It's been over 2 years since the Steam Deck's release, which is pretty crazy to think, but at the same time not so crazy as there have been so many handhelds released since then. One of them being the Steam Deck OLED. It's been 2 weeks since its release, which makes it a perfect time to review it and see how it's getting along. This video will complement this device as well as criticize if it needs telling off. Let's jump right into it. First things first, what's great about the Steam Deck OLED is in its name, its amazing display. An improved 90Hz refresh rate instead of 60 takes your visual experience to the next level. It reaches up to 600 nits brightness in SDR and a whopping 1 can HDR. In comparison, the Steam Deck LCD doesn't come close, maxing out at 400 nits. Safe to say your visual experience will be like no other. Just be sure to keep a good distance from the screen. You don't want it to be your last visual treat. Also, what you'll find on the Steam Deck OLED is that there are quite a few games going beyond that 60 frame rate. In contrast, the LCD lingers between 30 to 60. The OLED finds itself consistently hitting 60 and dropping to 50 at its lowest. So all in all, a better gaming experience. A somewhat problem that may be deemed as insignificant for many, but has to be mentioned, has everything to do with the hardware of this device. One issue that I believe many that own an OLED will have is the A, B, X, and I buttons being shaky, almost seeming loose and having a rattling sound to them. I would completely understand if this bothers you, especially upon purchase. You expect it to be in the best condition and have the new look and feel. So if this will bother you, consider RMA, and you should receive the Steam Deck OLED you initially wanted. There were also murmurs that the B button sticks, which has since been fixed and was only the first batch that was affected by this. And yeah, the rest of the issues consist of buttons being too clicky and hard, which isn't the end of the world and perhaps after a few uses will not be the case in the near future. Another, I guess you would call it, insignificant problem is the fact that the Steam Deck doesn't lie flat perfectly when placed on a desk. But honestly, who would play like that anyways? It would be a very unorthodox way of playing. A more normal way would be playing in hands or using a dock. Now back onto what's good, and honestly there are far more positives. Naming a few you might like, such as it being 29 grams lighter than the LCD, which you will definitely notice in hand. The storage starts at 256 gigs instead of 64 and goes up to 1 terabyte. Also, the fans run a lot quieter and better thermals mean no overheating. This is probably due to its now 6nm chip having the same processing power, but working more efficiently. Also, the battery life is 30 to 50% better than the LCD, meaning you can run some standard games up to 4 hours. If you're looking to maximize your OLED experience, you're looking at 2 hours running intensive games. At release, it was also claimed by Valve that games download 3 times faster due to the OLED having Wi-Fi 6, and this was proven to be correct. You could literally download 10 plus games in a couple of hours, which is miles better than the Steam Deck LCD. And that concludes today's video. It was pretty difficult trying to pick out the negatives apart from its hardware, where the majority will come down to defective units at release, which has been acknowledged by Valve. Meaning, you can always return and grab a new one. There are so many reasons to buy this product as outlined in this video, but what do you guys think? Will you be purchasing this device or already own it? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you in the next one.